Here's my obtainium trailer. It's not gonna be like this when it's all finished, but this is how it is right at the moment. Kind of had to use it before I was finished with it. Start cleaning up out here because I'm trying to get this travel trailer cleaned out. Yeah, the persons that were well, they can't come out to this property anymore, thankfully. We're staying here. We're turning this into a Christian recording studio was what they were saying at one point in time, and then it was a homeless for during COVID, homeless people feeding down in Portland, and I think they actually did some of that a little bit, but then it just became the place where I don't know. I mean, I know who this person is. I won't say their name, but I mean, I don't know exactly what she would do. Should she like sleep in here? I don't know. There's ants crawling all over the floor now because it hasn't been stayed in for a while, but it was just packed like a rat's nest. I've got a dim particle mask. Trust me. And I've got the ozone generator cranked on high. Should have seen it when I started. All that stuff in there. And some of it is good clothes, but that's at the bottom. So at first I was thinking of taking that stuff that looked okay to Goodwill, but as the further I got into it, the more I realized that everything in this thing is contaminated and nasty. I mean, they painted it all black and then painted it black inside and then spray painted this black stuff all over too. Yeah, that seems real Christian, right? Now, quite a while ago, 3 or 4 years ago, they had torn the tub out for some reason. For this space or something, and I don't know what the window with the red tint is for exactly, but yeah. And then wanted the tub reinstalled later. That's why it's all fiberglass. I actually did that and put it back in, hooked up the plumbing, and then fiberglassed it so that it would be water sealed against the walls again. And I don't think it ever got used. Some shells. No, this is like this. You know, this is how it is. Ugh. I've been kicking shit out the door for hours now. Although I'm getting towards the end. It was about break time. And you know, ugh. Anyway, I've kind of routed through the kitchen already. It's all painted black too. For the windows were painted black. Not all of them, but the ones in the back. Definitely. Love big. Or something. Or something. Yeah, my God. Yeah, so this is what I'm cleaning up here. Get all this crap out of here. And then the travel trailer itself is not terribly, ruined or anything, but what a freaking mess. I'm definitely going to have to smudge it too. A whole lot of smudging going on. Boy and the Beast. What a lovely name for a movie. Surprised it's not Disney. Well, they do Beauty and the Beast. Alright. That's right. Nothing left to say. Ugh. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Getting this place cleaned. Time is worth more than money. Spend it wisely. There's all kinds of wise proverbial sayings and stuff, and love and play and laugh and in this whatever it is. Some foods. I don't know. I'll probably toss that too because it looks pretty nasty, and there's where a rat has been living or something. Yeah. Well, I'm working on the floor right now and getting all this crap. Those little guys were all over the floor they're scattering now. Not quite as many as there were. Hey, it's a Yoda. Yoda. Yoda, the Masonic little demon creature that lives in a cave somewhere. Yoda. I wanted to see if that was still functional, so I guess I'll take that off the wall. There's nothing up here. Okay, good. Good. Nothing. There's not much. Remnants of an old bong and some old light bulbs. And more nastiness. Thank God for ozone. Yeah, I don't think the tub got used. I'm having to move out of where my mom lived. It's Bob's house now. So I got to get all my junk thrown away and the stuff I want to keep taken up to my dad's. But then I'll have to be back to work on the boat. I wonder if this will switch while I'm still doing video. Oh, that would snap a picture. Okay, I probably can't switch to the other camera while I'm doing it. I did a bunch of cleanup here just to be able to get that trailer over there. Rearranged all these. There was a homeless camp here from the mission that was, for feeding the homeless in Portland during COVID. Turned into them bringing some of them here, and then when their friends found out, there was tents all over the property, and it's a good acre and a half or so. It's a good sized property, and it was like paradise out here before that. I swear. And then it just devolved into this nightmare mess. And I'm surprised. Yeah, Dad and Nancy were like, what do we do? Apparently, it's just how the weirdness of the world goes sometimes. This is where the trailer was at. See, all this stuff was stuffed up under it, just boxes and boxes of rocks and from the river brought here for some reason, along with all this other, crap. I mean, see this? It's filled with rocks. It's filled with rocks. That bag is filled with rocks. Rock collecting fetish of some sort. Anyway, don't you want to know what's in there? So I got my obtainium trailer that I'm building is up to where I could use it. Let's go for some property over there too. My obtainium trailer, there it is. Well, can't really see it. Next to the van. Here, let's walk around the property for a minute because it's springtime and hey, look, real clouds, blue sky, no stripes. The air smells good and I'm not cussing. Isn't that neato? Rhododendrons are in bloom. Beautiful rhodies, for sure. Nancy did all kinds of different, not gardening so much as just growing things, trees, and here's remnants from the camp, like tent cover things, and I mean all kinds of stuff. They had some dogs out here for some reason. They thought it was a good idea to get some big dogs. That was the crazy person's relative. Thought, oh yes, we'll get some big dog because that's a good idea with all the other crap going on. Right? Hey, there's a bunny rabbit. A little bunny rabbit hole. I wonder if the deer bed down in there. There's a deer that's running around back here quite often. This is one of the back corner area because this wasn't just contained to around the trailer and down the driveway. The mess was everywhere. Just all kinds of madness, just ridiculous. I mean, the worst you know, the worst shut-in cat lady tweaker could not be any as bad as this. I don't get it. How can someone even, carry a conversation and appear functional in society, and then this is actually their goal is to try and just make the most hugest mess as possible at some places. It's nice people's places, and you just keep bringing shit here forever until they have to get a restraining order. But they did finally, so that's good. I guess that's all that could be done. There's grapes up here by the road that are just awesome. They're like Concord grapes that are done sometime around, I don't remember exactly, August. Maybe a little later, I'm not sure. Can't remember. Helicopters. These apples are very good too. I mean, this is how houses in this area used to be. Mushrooms. They would have, trees that produced fruit that you could, eat and survive upon, and then you wouldn't have to go buy stuff at the store necessarily if you know, didn't have enough fundage, or the store was, say out of food or something, or the store was closed, or won't it be great when we have mail order food and everybody just has their electronic payment method? Oh, that'll be wonderful. And then it'll just be chemtrail airplanes and and delivery trucks bringing people their food and their goods from Amazon all day, every day. Something in there. The cedar trees. Yeah, right, they're putting the ranch in the back. There used to be like a farmhouse back there, and then just fields all over around it because it was farm and pasture. And it's now like 100 and, not 100, I think it was 86 houses. 86 McMansions all stuck together, and they're going to put another 86 McMansions across the street a little ways down, and probably another 86 McMansions in the next pasture that's just a little ways down the road. Yay, that's progress. Who needs this useless farmland and these stupid trees? You can cut down these trees and pave over this farmland and build some houses, and then this land's worth something, right? Oh man. But I digress. I'm on the nice side here. More roadies. Japanese maple. That one, I'm not sure. Two kinds of Japanese maple. Very pretty purple roadies. One stout, or two stout, or three stout. Cedars are the best trees. Two stout trees, cedars. Look at those size of those babies. I wouldn't even hesitate to guess as to how old they were. They're nice though. Cedars are awesome. There was a whole big stand of them. The guy across the street with the field, when his little, fir trees that were planted not that long ago, got the county to put the road on this side of their property line, so he could have, his field of nothing, and the county guy cut down an entire row of cedars, probably like 14 of them or something, huge cedars. Now tell me that, and the owners here, they didn't get paid for the cedar trees. So tell me that it wasn't the county commissioner guys and the developers, hey, let's put the road over here. We'll cut down this whole row of old cedar trees. And then, by the way, that's where the water wanted to run naturally, was down that pathway. But they put in a bunch of sewage and drainage and stuff, so it changed the waterway. After they cut down the trees, I guarantee you somebody took them trees, because they were all stacked up on the other side of the fence, and made a pretty penny on it, and didn't give Tad jack. Just, oh well, we got to cut these down to make the road go through. Probably between the guy who owns the property on the other side. I went down. So that just seems to be the way this county rolls. Here's my boat trailer, made out of obtainium, what I could obtain. Dad had these panels he picked up somewhere. They were foam filled. They turned out to be touch panels for touch screen touch displays. Like a projector projects onto them, and then it would sense where you touch it at, and you could move things around on them. But now they are the walls of my obtainium trailer. That's a 1930s garage door for the roof. I got plastic over it right now because it's not been sealed. But and then one of those covered things, frame for the frame to help keep it strong, right? Here's my ramp. These are bed rails and bed frame components. Anyway, my shoes untied. I'm about to trip all over myself. Yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I'm getting this all cleaned up. And since I'm going to have to be going back and forth between the boat in Port Orchard and working on the Comet down in Beaver Creek, and I'm not trying to stay at Bob's house there. My mom lived, and I've known Tad a long time, and they definitely need somebody to clean this place up. They want to move actually because of, the non-stop traffic from the neighborhood going in over here, and it's not like it used to be here. But it's such a mess they couldn't put it up for sale, and I've been telling them for a while, give me the go-ahead and I'll figure out a way to make it happen. And I guess now's the time, and it helps us both out because if I get the nasty trailer cleaned out and thoroughly decontaminated, I will have a place here that I can stay when I'm working on the Comet. And while I'm down here, I can just take a load at a time over the next month or two in the summer here. And before you know it, all this crap will be out of here. And the property will start to look nice again. And they can put it up for sale if they want. And I will have a place to stay when I'm in town. And that's a win-win for America. I mean, other than the chemtrail show, which is almost every day. But I hope it rains a lot this summer. That would be awesome. This is the only time the air is clean. That's anyway. Hey, I didn't cuss once in this whole thing, I think. Maybe. Damn. There, I did. There's the other little trailer I made before. Brown and white. Wow. It's the sun. Let's go check this out. I bet you we can catch some divergent sun rays, which is, absolute one of the irrefutable proofs that the sun is not some 93 million mile away thing, where that would be so far that all the light would be, for all intents and purposes, pointed the same direction, in which case you would not see divergent rays in the shadows. But I got the mud tub over there set up to be able to have mud baths. A mud bath. Boy, well, looks like it's going to be a minute before the clouds get down there. Yeah, this is where the biggest cedars were. Related to these cedars, I'm sure. Before I was starting to clean up, a couple years ago, and I would drag the metal and stuff back to this corner back here. And the top of that tree came down sometime. And that's more recently. Yeah. But this was there was a farmhouse off to the right over here. And like over there somewhere, one farmhouse, all fields, so you could put a whole lot of livestock or grow a whole lot of something. But hey, who needs farms and fields when you can cut down the trees, pave over it, and build houses there and charge $1 million a piece for them and have them stacked side by side. Who can afford these $1 million houses is what I want to know. I realize the economy is different in other states and people are moving up here because somehow California is worse than this. This place is utterly horrid. It is horrid. And most of the time there would have been 20 jets go over in the time I've been talking, but I guess we only get one this time. You know, I'm surprised they're not, directed energy weapon microwaving the ground ridiculously hard because they can't spray today for some reason. You notice there's not a stripe. Not a stripe. And I'm not cussing. Oh, wow. That's great. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Because I walked around the property and gave my little story. And sorry about my last few videos. It's been me just bitching about things. But you know what? I'm a little pissed off right now about some things. And I'm just venting, I guess. And if anybody can relate and it helps them, that's great. And it helps me just get out of my system a little bit. And I miss my mama. She was the best. Okay, bye guys.